Gaza is controlled by the Israeli military. In fact, the Prime Minister of Israel just announced 20 minutes ago that the Israeli military is now going to occupy all of Gaza. So they must work for the IDF. I mean, do you think that they do?
So in terms of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation at that level, that high level, I can't say. I would think that there's probably a higher entity. Now, Safe Reach Solutions, which is the actual contract mechanism, like the actual the execution of the contract, does answer to, and the client is the IDF. And that was told directly to me, looking at me in my face by the operations
So they're the contractor that provides security or everything else as well?
For SRS?
Yeah.
So SRS, one of the subcontractors is UG Solutions for security.
Right.
One of the subcontractors is another company called Arkel out of Louisiana. It's very hard to find anything about them. They provide the trucking and the driving. And then there's another company called LMCC underneath SRS that's an Israeli company that provides the construction materials for the sites.
Okay, so Safe Reach Solutions is the contractor that handles like all the details for passing out aid, from building the facilities to providing men with guns to protect them.
SRS is what most people would think GHF would be doing.
Right, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and they work for the IDF.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is an IDF operation.
I mean, the way I would describe it is that the United States is providing a humanitarian assistance mechanism that is not providing food, nor water, nor assistance. What I would call is an appendage of the Israeli Defense Force. So if you consider the combat operations that have been going on in southern Gaza, in any combat operation, you have an offensive force and you have a sustainment force. You have a shaping force. If the activated combat reserve units in the south are the combat component conducting offensive operations, SRS, thereby Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, I would call shaping operation number 1. Displace the population, move the population, allow for phase 2, the ending of Operation Gideon's Chariots. That just ended last night. That started when we got there, the day after we got into country.
What was the purpose of that operation?
To clear the entire central portion of the enclave.
Of Gaza?
Yes. From what's called the Marag corridor, which runs east to west just north of the sites, through Rafah, Mawasi, Khan Yunis, Berish, up to the Netzarim corridor. That was the objective of Operation Gideon's Chariots, which as of last night came to an end. Highly criticized because they didn't accomplish that task entirely. But now they're shifting into the next phase, which from a military perspective, if you are trying to absolutely destroy a nation, that's exactly what you would do. You conduct wide area security, you conduct offensive operations, you establish control, and then you occupy. And that's what they're doing.
What's happening in Gaza is often described as a war, and you said you heard and saw small arms fire, mortars, artillery barrages, but they were all coming from the IDF. Did you see counterfire? Were they fighting against an armed enemy? Was it actually a war? Did you ever see any Palestinians committing acts of violence when you were there?
In all the days that I was there, and again, GHF, who again, their lawyers and their press personnel have gone there for some photo shoots. I've been to every site. I've seen the IDF around every location. I've seen the IDF operational graphics and array of their battle forces. I've seen it with my own eyes. I have never, in the entire time that I was there at every site, seen an armed Palestinian.
Not one?
Not one.
So the artillery, the mortars, the small arms, I mean, they were not defending themselves.
No, sir. The IDF, I'd like to clarify in terms of the position that the IDF is in, the Israeli Defense Forces, the position that they've been put in the South is untenable, operationally unsound. And they shouldn't be. To have active, and I put that on GHF because when the IDF said, here are these sites, we put them in operational combat zones. That's why Jake Wood stepped down. Jake Wood on the 26th of May, day one, cut the ribbon, yellow shovel or golden shovel. Here we go. Supposed to give us a big pep talk. He stepped down.
And who is he exactly?
Jake Wood was the previous Johnny Moore, if you will. He was the guy in charge of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation that as soon as this thing kicked off, we're going live. He stepped down and then members...
Has he ever explained why he stepped down?
I have not. I've never met the man. I don't know much about him other than when we were about to kick the whole thing off, there was going to be this, kind of this pep talk, great, go forth and do great things. And then it was, hey, pep talk's canceled because he stepped down. It was it left kind of a lot of us just thinking, what is this?
So this all starts, you were there from the very beginning. There are almost 300, a little over 300 American contractors providing security. When you start to see the Israeli military shooting unarmed people, including children, does anyone talk about this at night? Like, I can't believe what we're watching. So what does it mean to be safe in your own home? For a long time, that meant good locks and maybe an alarm system. That was enough, but they're not enough. And you know that because the news is filled with stories of people who thought they were protected and fell victim anyway. Simply Safe can help prevent you from becoming the next victim. Instead of just responding after somebody comes into your home, an intruder enters, Simply Safe can stop them from ever getting in the first place. It's proactive. It doesn't just react. It stops the problem before it starts. Simply Safe's cameras and live monitoring agents detect suspicious activity, and if somebody's lurking around your house, agents engage in real time. They activate spotlights. They can call the cops to get the intruder away from your house and prevent him from coming in. Not all security systems do that. The difference is enormous. That's why our team, along with 4 million other people in this country, trust Simply Safe. Monitoring plans start for about $1 a day. They include a 60-day money-back guarantee. Visit simplysafe.com/Tucker to claim 50% off a new system with professional monitoring, and your first month is free. That's simplysafe.com/Tucker. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
Yes, and in fact, in some of the videos that have been taken, that I've taken, and I think it's another interesting story to go down how the videos got released because UG Solutions released them themselves, which was ironic. But in one of those videos, I'm walking and one of the other contractors with me says, it shouldn't be this way. It didn't have to be this way. We didn't need to do this. And what he's talking about is the fact that the Palestinian crowd was calm and controlled and they were leaving.
We held off.
Yeah, what's wrong?
No, I didn't want it to get to that. I know.
When you're trying to push thousands of people through a very small exit, it doesn't happen quickly. So as they're leaving, UG Solutions personnel following the lead of that's what the IDF do, spraying with pepper spray, stun grenades, warning shots. This contractor, he's walking next to me and he says clearly, it's in the conversation of the video, shouldn't be this way. We shouldn't be doing this. It didn't have to be this way. And I say to him in the video, like, hey, because he was one of the leaders of the mobile team. He wasn't in charge on site. So he was just he didn't have the authority. But I was like, hey, you did it. He did a very good job of maintaining his composure. And I said, hey, you did a good job. This isn't on you. You did what you could. But people recognize it. And people are coming forward. There are a number of, at least close to a dozen now, of other contractors that have either come out off the record and some that will soon, that are multiple coming on the record. So the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation and Safe Reach Solutions and UG Solutions, they can bash me, bury me, make fun of me all they want. It doesn't bother me. I've got skin in this game, but what they think bothers me not. Others are coming behind me. Is GHF going to call everybody a liar? Are they going to call everybody a disgruntled employee? Was I disgruntled?
Everybody a Hamas supporter?
Everybody's a Hamas supporter. All of these American veterans that raised their right hand to serve our country in uniform for decades when Johnny Moore didn't serve his country a day. He's going to call us all Hamas. He's going to call us all liars. We're all disgruntled employees. So put that on me. Put it all on me. I support Hamas. Say it. I'm a horrible employee. I didn't perform. Say your worst, because those that are coming behind me, you going to say that about them too? You can't. And the truth is coming.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.